Hey everyone, Happy New Year. It's an exciting time to be alive. And if you're listening to this, you're alive. Congratulations. It's 2021. No more 2020.
You made it. Yes. 2021. All the bad juju of 2020 is in the rear view. We made it past it. We put all the madness of the last 12 months behind us. Everything is great now.
Well, I don't know about that. They haven't hit the like button yet.
Oh, they ain't hit the like. Guys, like, comment, subscribe. Come on. What are you doing? Come on.
Then 2021 will literally be perfect.
It'll be perfect. There's nothing else we have to hope for.
Yeah, there's nothing bad about 2021 as long as you like, comment, and subscribe to this video and this channel. So yeah, it's a new year and we've got a new president soon, or probably we do have a new president by the time you're listening to this here in the United States after 4 years of just not having a president.
Yeah, it's weird how like in 2016 America was just like, I'm just not gonna have a president for 4 years. I'm gonna try something new.
Some of us were like, are we sure this is a good idea? It
seems like it's not a good idea.
Yeah, but everybody else was like, no, it's fine. This is fine. But it's 4 years later now, and we've decided to have a president again. So here we are doing a presidential movie. First Kid.
First Kid, the tragic tale about a government agent's failed attempt to take down a tyrant in the White House.
Yeah, right. So if you don't know, this is a movie about the president's son, the fictional president and his fictional son, who is the world's biggest pain in the ass, the biggest pain in the ass to ever grace the halls of the White House. That is saying a lot if you are conscious in the world right now. And this kid just makes life miserable for any Secret Service agent assigned to him.
Yeah, he's also in high school somehow, which is wild because he looks and he acts like he's 10 years old.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole other thing, and we'll definitely touch on that. But the movie starts out, and this Secret Service agent that is assigned to him is named Woods, and he is the most put upon guy. Like, the first kid is making him late for things. He's locking car doors on him,
and the agent is getting blamed for all of it. Like, no one sees what this kid is doing. It's all secret agent Woods' fault.
Yeah, somehow. It's like, and this by the way, a Secret Service agent whose job is to protect this kid is also for some reason his babysitter. It's like, who is also responsible for everything. Like, everything bad this kid does is Agent Woods' fault.
Yeah, and it's his job to be with him at all times. Apparently, he's got to get him out of bed in the morning. He's got to put him in bed at night. He has to watch him eat cereal.
Yeah, it's probably the single thing I had the most trouble with in this movie. Like, he literally can't do his job of protecting him because he's got to make sure this little brat is eating all of his Rice Krispies
in high school.
Yeah, like, these are not problems that you should have with a high school age kid. Anyway, Woods has finally had enough. Right at the beginning of the movie, they're back to school shopping, and the first lady, who is totally an oblivious enabler, but aside from the point, tells Woods to put the kid in a dressing room, which, again, why is that his job? The kid doesn't want to go, so he just grabs the arm a little too hard.
A momentary loss of muscular coordination.
And listen, we do not condone violence against children here at I Ruined My Childhood.
No, we're all about discipline, but we're against violence. We're about saving childhoods.
But if there ever was a kid that I might look the other way, I might be like, I'm not seeing that. Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah, I know that kid. We all know that kid. 100%. You would look the other way.
So Woods is out. Grabbing the arm too hard is not tolerated. He gets fired, and swooping in to replace him with his colorful bow ties.
No, sir, I got it covered. I'm black, and I'm wearing a tie. Don't go there. Sorry, sir.
Is Sinbad.
Prime Sinbad. This is Sinbad at his absolute best.
His peak.
And the first thing he does as a secret agent assigned to this kid He lets him get his ass whooped.
Yeah. So like to be clear, like the difference is apparently in this movie, grown man grabbing you is bad. Fellow kid clocking you in the face, perfectly acceptable.
Especially if that kid was on Home Improvement.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you can't touch him. That kid's like a made man child in the child actor world.
He was a made man.
So Sinbad, he really teaches the first kid that violence is always the solution, and there's no problem you can't punch your way out of.
Speaking of the violence, for a kids movie, there's a lot of blood in this movie. Did you notice that?
Yeah, spoiler alert, a guy gets shot to death in this movie. It was shocking. A Disney movie, folks.
Wait, pause. Who got shot to death?
Woods at the end of the movie.
Oh no, he survived.
He survives?
He got shot in the stomach and then they took him to jail.
Wait, really? He was like
nah, they shot him in the stomach and then they picked him up. I know.
I blacked out. It was so shocking. I was like, I can't believe the mouse killed a man.
Yeah, almost. But regardless, it's still a violent movie. Like maybe this is why they had the kid in high school. You know, they thought it's not as bad if the kid is a little older and he's bleeding throughout half of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, that could be it. I mean, once you're high school age, you've seen Reservoir Dogs. It's like you're acclimated to that sort of stuff. But also, the actor was 15 years old at the time. So maybe we're just used to older kids playing younger in movies. And when we get an actual age appropriate actor, it's like it all feels really young and really small.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
Oh, damn. Are you saying it's us that's out of touch?
Oh, no.
No, it's the children who are wrong.
Sinbad is great in this movie, man.
Yeah, he really made it for me. And it's not even really that he was like doing a lot of jokes or gags like kind of a Jim Carrey would. It was just his energy is elevated everybody else.
I think if he wasn't in it, if anyone else was cast in this movie, it would have been like a really serious, dramatic, dark movie. But because it's Sinbad, it's a kids movie. It's a comedy. It's PG.
Like this could have starred like Bruce Willis. This is basically the movie Bodyguard with like Sinbad instead of Kevin Costner.
It's the Bodyguard. It's the Sixth Sense kind of. It's a lot going on in this movie.
So Sinbad ends up bonding with the kid pretty fast. I mean, he does try and throw the kid some curveballs.
Like having a SWAT team called on him day one.
Yeah, it called on him. The kid manages to get the SWAT team sicked on himself, which is an interesting strategy. The kid seems to be totally unfazed by it, but he lets his pet snake Poison out at some sort of formal event, black tie event, and Sinbad has to try and recover it.
In a scene that I think has probably the most blatant use of ADR in any scene known to man. Like Sinbad is throughout this movie, there's a lot of ADR with Sinbad. If Sinbad is in the scene but in another room, you're hearing his voice above everybody else. Like every other line.
We're just under a table or something.
He's under the table. He's handling a snake. He's feet away, but he sounds like he's right there. Like every other line is Sinbad saying like, "Oh, this kid. Oh, I'm gonna kill this kid. I'm gonna kill him. That's it. I quit. I can't stay in this job. Oh, don't touch me." Like just like these little asides, these little quips that Sinbad is doing, just clearly in a sound booth somewhere.
Yeah, and also in this scene, he and the kid are wearing matching ties and cummerbunds, and is never addressed.
No one talked about it. That annoyed me so much. It's on. I don't know, it felt like a deleted scene to me. Someone has to have noticed that. I'm glad you did, Kev.
Yeah. But anyway, Sinbad's trying to get this snake, and he grabs it and is like right between, like right underneath a woman, and the woman looks down and they make eye contact, and Sinbad just like desperately, he's like, "Don't scream," and it kind of works because she doesn't scream. She sings. Oh.
She sings, man. Obviously an opera singer, you know, and then chaos breaks out. Everybody runs out of this event, and it's just Sinbad alone with Poison, which is a dope name for a snake. I'm just now realizing. And apparently several trays of cake ice cream, salad, some sour cream, just lettuce stuff flying in the air and fireworks, sound effects. He's just covered in food, but none of that is heard over his ADR. You hear fireworks, you hear all sounds of chaos, but like Sinbad's ADR comes first.
I'm gonna kill this kid.
Oh, I quit. I got him. It's all right. Oh, I'm done.
Bean dip.
But after all that, they bond pretty quickly through violence.
Through violence. He takes the kid. He takes the kid boxing, and the kid immediately punches Sinbad in the balls
on purpose. He wasn't even trying to hit the bag.
Yeah, probably intentional. And then there's other stuff with the kid at the school, and the kid has a thing with some girl, and Sinbad has a thing with one of the teachers.
People in high school having things with each other.
Yeah.
Being a kid.
Yeah. People having things with people. It's beautiful. But what I really want to talk about is the plot to take this kid down, because it's all about the internet and chat rooms. And it's some of the most 90s dialogue I've ever heard in a movie.
Oh, you mean the kid internet?
Yeah, exactly. There's the first kid is on something literally called the kid internet.
He's in a chat room devoted to people who like snakes, which obviously nothing could go wrong there. Yeah. And he's just a little kid thinking that snakes are cool as hell, and he wants to meet and talk with other people who like snakes, Yeah.
Which honestly, like, that's probably the realest thing in this whole movie.
100% that chat room existed then, and it still exists now.
Yeah. So the kid has a stalker in this snake chat room. Mongoose 12 is the name of the avatar or the handle, which I don't remember if I knew this when I first saw the movie, but I like remembered that the name was Mongoose 12, and I had like known before I saw it again this time that mongoose eat snakes. So red flag number one, if this kid really knew anything about snakes, he would know, ooh, that's kind of a shady name. And second, Devin, I don't know how much experience you had with chat rooms growing up. Did you talk with people on AIM or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, not necessarily chat rooms, but I was on AIM in high school and stuff. But I wasn't talking. I was talking to people that I went to high school with. I wasn't talking like strangers.
Yeah. Well, so me and my friends in high school, we did a little bit of that, like age, sex, location, ASL. You'd write A/S/L. You'd talk to people mostly who claim to be like younger people. And you usually you'd eventually get to a point where you would probably be able to verify it a little bit. But the idea of meeting up, that was like a really big step. Like first, before you even talk about that, it's like you talk on the phone first and then like all of this. But it's like, I don't know if my friends ever actually met up with anybody at the mall or something. I know I never did.
You ever got catfish?
No, I never had the fake girlfriend who lives in Canada that I never met. I mean, I have, like, not counting the one I have now. Like, she lives in Canada. I haven't met her, but she's totally real.
Oh yeah, mine too. She doesn't live in Canada. She lives in Hawaii. She's but she's real though. She has a job. She's a vet. She sent me a picture of the website of the veterinarian office where she works.
Oh yeah. I saw that. She looked like weirdly like Mariah Carey. It looked so much like Mariah Carey. It was weird. Like it looked like a photo of Mariah Carey, but it wasn't. It was your girlfriend.
What's more about your girlfriend? How about that?
Oh yeah, she's totally. I mean, we're just two guys with two totally real, like human flesh girlfriends. It's totally cool. Yeah. But anyway, so the first kid, like when he's in this chat room talking to Mongoose 12, it's like immediately, hey, ASL, want to meet up? All right, cool. Yeah, maybe. I got to go to bed. GTG, TTYL. Like literally, that's the entire conversation.
Pretty suspicious. Pretty suspicious.
Yeah, extremely. But this happens, and eventually, like the kid is gonna go meet up with Mongoose 12, where he's like, I'm running away. I'm gonna be at the mall right now by myself. And so Mongoose 12, who is really, spoiler alert, Woods from the beginning of the movie, and he is out for revenge.
Yeah, the kids run away. He's pissed off. He's like, forget this. I'm gonna go meet Mongoose. And Woods decides he's gonna get his job back by kidnapping the runaway first kid and bringing him back to the White House.
Yeah, it's a hell of a plan. I'm surprised it didn't work out for him.
Yeah, well, didn't work out for him because Sinbad and this other dude, a former agent in a wheelchair, they come flying into action in the mall. It's an action-packed scene. It's actually pretty crazy. They're in the mall, and the dude in the wheelchair, who's like this tech-savvy guy, he starts chasing after Woods in the wheelchair, and he goes down the escalator in the wheelchair, like at hyper speed, bro. It's crazy.
People jumping off the edge of it, like getting out of the way.
Bro, it's like John Wick, man. And then Sinbad and Woods fight, and then Sinbad's got the boxing moves. He does this dope sweep kick. I had to rewind it. Just be like, hold on. Was that actually Sinbad doing that? And yeah, this is prime Sinbad, man.
Strong, like that kick took me. I noticed that too. Right back to like Mortal Kombat 2 vibes.
It's channeling Jax Briggs, man. Sweeping.
So yeah, it ends up being a face-off between Sinbad and Woods. And Woods is like got the kid. He's got like his gun, and he's just voicing his grievances about how he's got to get revenge / also he's got to get credit for saving the kid. Hell of a plan. Once again, Woods, hell of a plan.
Yeah, he said his wife left him.
Yeah, because of the kid. Yeah. Which is like another example of why this job is like way too much for one man. It's like maybe the Secret Service saw this movie and was like, damn, we need to change things up. This is not right.
If there's anyone to blame for Woods losing the job, it's that kid. Like seeing this is that.
Well, like that's the other thing he says. He's like, I lost my job because of this kid. And Sinbad's like, man, you can't blame the kid for that. It's like, yes, he can. Like, it's the kid's fault.
It's all his fault, man. The kid is the agent of chaos.
I'm not saying he deserves to die, but like,
yeah.
I mean, Sinbad thought he deserved to get punched. So we're really just talking about degrees here. But yeah, so Sinbad ends up saving the kid. And Woods is gunned down, apparently not fatally, but he can see his victory, and it just sifts through his hand like sand through his fingers.
The greatest bond that a man and child can experience is forged in the flames of trauma, which is why Sinbad, ruler of the seven seas, ventured into the woods and swept the leg to save the young first kid, so that he can grow up to be the first man of America and a tech millionaire, actually. Did you know that the kid was actually a tech millionaire and president in 2020?
I did know that, first of all. I was and I gotta say, like, I didn't vote for him, but he probably would have done a better job than just no president from the last 4 years.
Yeah, probably. And after all that, after the action-packed mall rescue scene, the kid cheats death basically, and is so, I thought he was mad ungrateful. You know, Sinbad saves his life, takes a bullet for him, and he's just like, oh, hey, Sims, thanks.
Thanks for coming after me.
That's it. Trash ending. Trash. And then they cut. That's not even the ending. The ending is they cut to a street hockey game, and Sinbad is immediately like, nah. He gets offered the dream promotion to be the Secret Service agent for the actual president of the United States, Luke's father, and he turns it down to continue guarding Luke and to be with his biology teacher, who is now Sinbad's girlfriend. It's something he always wanted. And it just didn't sit right for me.
Yeah, I don't know that Sinbad realized that in that moment. Like, next year at school, the kid is gonna have a different science teacher. Like,
yeah, that's gonna be a disappointing first day, bro.
He's like, all right, get to go sit in my girlfriend's class. Who is this old lady? Like,
and why is she teaching the kids about the history of Halloween in Salem?
Oh, spinoff, man. It's all connected. It's all part of the Disney child movie verse.
Yes, the IRMC cinematic, the IRMCU.
Yeah, but also in that hockey scene, the final moment of the movie is the kid just slap shotting a hockey puck right into Sinbad's face.
He wasn't
Like,
even aiming for the goal. He missed
no,
completely to hit Sinbad in the nuts, and he just slap shot right at Sinbad's face, bro.
Sinbad nowhere near the goal. He was like basically the equivalent of like the center line,
Yeah.
like off to the side.
What do you have to say about it? ADR Sinbad. Oh, I'm gonna kill that kid.
Yeah, that kid also, one explanation possibly for that. This kid also played a young Gordon Bombay in the Mighty Ducks movies. So, obviously he had not been working on his accuracy. It had gotten worse.
We're trying to tell you, listeners, it's all connected. Open your eyes, man. Open them.
So yeah, there's not much there at the end of this movie.
Nope.
Not much there at all, really, throughout the whole thing.
Well, Sonny Bono was in there.
Yeah, Sonny Bono in this movie totally randomly. Do you think that was for the kids or for the parents?
The parents. I don't think kids knew who Sonny Bono was.
That was what I was wondering. I was like, did I know? I feel like I did maybe, but I don't know. I didn't
know he was a congressman before I rewatched this.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that.
Also, real quick, this apparently is a world where Bill Clinton exists and has left his saxophone somewhere in the White House.
I want to see that movie. I want to see a national treasure type movie where Bill Clinton is trying to reclaim. He's breaking into DC to reclaim his saxophone.
Great minds. That is exactly. I mean, somebody call up Nicolas Cage right now. This is National Treasure 3 all over it. So anyway, Devin, it's that time. Did First Kid ruin your childhood?
No. That was a quick one. I thought about doing a dramatic pause. Like, no, it didn't ruin it, man. It was standard 90s fare. It had everything for everybody. It had, excitement for the kids. It had blood for the parents, and Sonny Bono apparently for the parents. Yeah, it had some holes in it. It had a lot of holes, but this is the quint. Well,
you're really talking it down right now.
Yeah, I am a little. It didn't ruin.
It was awful, but
uplift it. It was like a. I don't know, man. It was all right. It was all right.
Yeah,
Sinbad did a good job.
You just said it all. Like it didn't ruin my childhood. It didn't really make it much better, but it was just kind of there. It wasn't off-putting or super obnoxious. I felt like the one thing I did kind of like about it was all of the really dated stuff in this movie. I was dated in a way that was really funny, which is not always the case. Sometimes things are dated and you're just like, it's not so good anymore. But yeah, so it worked enough for me where I was like, this wasn't painful to watch.
At least we got a dance scene.
I feel like if it's like a 90s bonding kids movie sort of thing, you need a moment like that. If it's not dancing, you got to go rollerblading through the mall or something.
And if not, you just shoot a guy to death in the middle of the mall.
That's the solution for everything, as this movie really put home for us.